Alright, we won the die roll, we'll play first. This hand's actually pretty decent. This hand's actually pretty good. We get to at least start off with Dragon Fodder, so Dragon Fodder makes his hand feel a little bit more comfortable. Definitely opening with a white mana in case we draw Consul's Lieutenant on our second turn. But we're fixed on all our spells, which is fantastic, and we have Dragon Fodder into War Oracle, which isn't bad at all. Especially given that we have the potential to get Renown and then use Patron and get a 5/5 lifelink, which is hugely strong. Ooh, well, we're going to go on the Topin Freeblade plan instead because I think that Freeblade is a better play than Dragon Fodder. No 2-drop from our opponent is very good for us. Okay, so now we've got Patron of the Valiant coming on turn 5, which is also very good for us. We got Renown, so we're even going to get some Patron value. Okay. We even get to attack into a Stalwart Haven. So I could attack with the goblins, but I don't think it's worth the bluff. So we could Wild Instincts to kill our War Oracle, but we're going to allow that. We still get to follow up with a Patron, and I presume he attacks, so we get to smash back for at least 6, if he attacks with the Haven, that is. I think there's a pretty high probability he's Wild Instincting, though. Alright, well, Force Mage is a lot less intimidating. I'm very happy he attacked there. Boggart Brute's even good. So, let's see. He could have Enshrouding Mist to block the War Oracle, but I'm not going to play around that. So the one issue I guess we have is I kind of have to post-combat Patron, because if I get the Renown on War Oracle, I want to be able to use it. I think we're going to swing with everything now, because if he has Enshrouding Mist, I think he's blocking War Oracle anyway. Or Topin Freeblade. Yeah, so unfortunately it looks like he's got the Enshrouding Mist, which is a big bummer, but nothing to be done. So follow up with Patron now. So it turns out the pre-combat Patron would have worked out better for us, but that's okay. Okay, Orchard Spirit, not super intimidating. Scout's actually not that bad either. I think we go Scout on a Goblin token. And we're going to smash with Freeblade, Patron, Unblockable Goblin. See if we get Might of the Mast here. Looks like we probably are. Alright, it's pretty bad, but nothing to be done. He had the right tricks at the right time. I don't have Fiery Impulse yet. I think we're just swinging with everything. All right, looking pretty good now. Fiery Impulse came at the right time. That was a 2-for-1 that was worth it as well. All right, got the victory. Really timely Fiery Impulse. That came up really big for us there. It bought us the time we needed. Opponents got the cheap tricks, like the band. Those are going to be tough. And Shrouding Mist and Mighty the Masses feels really good against us, especially on the draw, and especially because we're fairly removal and trick light. I do think Infectious Bloodlust still probably looks pretty good against the green-white deck. The only removal I know of is like Suppression Bonds, Flare, Wild Instincts. Other than that, he's just combat tricks that we saw, so I think that makes them just fine. We can consider Active Treason, but I don't love it based on what we saw. I think the rest of our creatures are pretty well suited, positioned in this battle. So, all right, we'll keep the rest as it is. Or we'll keep everything as it is, I guess, and try this again. I don't think Demolish is worth it for the Sigil. I don't think Active Treason is worth it based on the creatures we saw. And I don't think that... I mean, did we see any flyers? Yeah, we saw the Aven. Actually, Aven's not that great against Charging Griffin. It's okay, though. If he gets the Renown, it's good against Charging Griffin. He's on the play. We'll keep the Infectious Bloodlust playing around and see if it pans out. I gotta keep this in. We get to at least go fodder into Bloodlust, which I think is actually pretty good. And I'm gonna save the Scout until maybe we see a, I don't know, something. One of our renowned guys. Still opening with the white mana, just for that chance of getting that sweet turn 2 Consul's Lieutenant. All right, Sigil, not too worried about that. All right, we'll go fodder. I'm going to do the fodder into Infectious Bloodlust plan, I think. No play is nice. Then next turn we get Skyraker Giant. That's pretty awesome, actually. I mean, I can just Lightning Javelin that. The reason I kind of don't want to, though, is because I can play Warworkle. And I get another Bloodlust anyway. I think I just attack here. Because, like I said, I get value anyway. He's not even blocking. We'll follow up with Warworkle. So he's got Titanic Growth mana up now. I'm trying to think what the play is. So if I Lightning Javelin the Tactician and he Titanic Growths it, the main problem we have is he can block the Bloodlust, and this has to attack, and he gets our Goblin token. But do I think that's okay? I think that's okay. All right, so like, really all that means to me is at most we stand to lose a Goblin token, because I'm going to get my other Bloodlust. So I think it is worth it to go for this. And we'll see what he does in response. Okay, so he had the even better solution. We still get to scry, though, I think. So we'll leave the Brute on top. I actually like that. So we have to attack into it. We're going to lose our Goblin, which does suck, no doubt. But really nothing to be done. Nothing to be done. So my other play, which now I wish I had done, of course. If I knew what was in my opponent's hand, I would have done it differently. But yeah, if what I would have done differently is play Skyraker Giant, or force to attack with my dude, let him play the Enshrouding Mist there, and then play Skyraker Giant. But like I said, it was impossible for me to predict that he for sure had the Enshrouding Mist. It, of course, worked out much better for him this way, but we're still okay. He's only got one card left in his hand. We still have a good board state. We have a Infectious Bloodlust in hand that he has to deal with. Force Mage isn't too intimidating. So he gets in for 6. He has Might of the Masses mana up and 1 card left in hand, so I think we have to hope that his last card is not his other combat trick. Could be, though. Red mana would have served us a lot better there, since we would have been able to go Skyraker Giant Scout or Skyraker Giant Bloodlust. Now I'm in kind of that awkward position. I think we hope his last card's not Might of the Masses. I don't see a real good way to play around it otherwise. So I'm going to go Bloodlust here. We'll go Scout, make the Goblin token unblockable. And we'll get in with our 2 guys. And like I said, we're really pretty reliant here that our opponent doesn't have Might of the Masses. But if he does, nothing to be done. Well, unfortunately for us, his last card was, in fact, the worst possible thing. So, pretty horrible, but once again, our opponent just had the right stuff at the right time. No need to take a shuffle effect. All right, still taking too much damage, but nothing to be done. At least we have the Skyraker Giant that can block the Orchard Spirit, but we're completely out of gas now, and no good attacks, no real good blocks. I really don't like the idea of trading an Orchard Spirit for a Skyraker, but at least he doesn't either. All right, Lieutenant. So now we're like seismic elemental potential here. I could swing with a Skyraker Giant. I'm trying to think what that does for me. Leaves him with 2 2/2s. I think we are actually going to swing with the Giant. I shouldn't have pre-combated the Lieutenant, but I didn't think about attacking with Skyraker Giant until just now. I'm actually happier he's taking that. Because now he's actually just dead if we draw our... So we actually just have an out to this game next turn with Seismic Elemental. And we're definitely ahead on the race. Yeah, so him not attacking there, or not blocking our Skyraker Giant, I think actually might have cost him. If he'd blocked the Giant, he would have been alive this turn for sure. So we top decked magically there and got the victory. But that was a very close game. I think the mistake my opponent made was, yeah, not attacking into the Skyraker Giant. I think it was greedy for him to think that he basically wanted to draw a creature so he could safely attack into my Skyraker Giant. But I don't see how the taking the Skyraker Giant instead of just like trading a Tactician or even trading off 2 guys to leave him a good blocker for the rest of my guys wasn't a better idea. Regardless, the only reason that we won that game is because I magically top decked the Seismic Elemental at the right time. Our opponent's deck was very good though. Like I said, Enshrouding Mist and Might of the Masses are very good combat tricks, and it's just so easy to leave them up, you know? It's just so easy to leave them up to play, and our opponent did it very wisely. So, close match. We're very lucky we got that victory in the way that we did. All right, we'll see you in round 2.